Hello, my name is LeBron, also known as LB the SRT. I am creating a channel for those who are interested in the career field of respiratory therapy and also for current respiratory therapy students because there's such a shortage of respiratory therapy channels. I find myself utilizing all kinds of filters on YouTube, attempting to get the most recent or the most up-to-date respiratory therapy videos or videos made by students and their experiences in respiratory therapy school, and it is a lot. It is definitely a lot trying to find these videos, and so I figured that I might as well just go ahead and throw my name into the pool and offer some insight of my own and my experiences thus far when it comes to respiratory therapy school. Today's video is going to be about the 10 things I wish I knew before I began respiratory therapy school. I have a list here on my table. I'm going to be looking over to the side and down every once in a while to refer to my list of things to make sure that I stay on track. I want to make this video not so much about me, my life, and all that kind of stuff. I really just kind of want to feed you guys some insight that I have about respiratory therapy school. That's what this is going to pretty much be about. The number one thing, connect with family and friends before you even begin the program. Right now, you're thinking about all of the material that you could possibly collect so that way you could somehow prepare yourself for respiratory therapy school before you even enter into it. One of the mistakes I made was doing this. I tried to go out and buy all of these books and I tried to watch all of the videos, and I was really trying to prepare myself for respiratory therapy school. And I'm going to tell you that nothing is like the actual experience itself of sitting in that classroom in front of your professor and being taught whatever the subject matter is. Nothing is going to be like it. None of these videos, including this video here, but I want you to stay tuned. None of these videos, nothing is really going to give you the absolute experience that you're going to have for yourself about respiratory therapy school. None of these videos will. So I will start by saying that, don't even worry about all the materials and things of that nature right now. Don't even focus on trying to get all the books and and watch all the videos and think that you're going to come into the class and you're just going to somehow be so ready and steady and just be ahead of the class. Just leave that alone. Right now, what you need to focus on is family and friends. You need to focus on family and friends because once you enter into this process, it's going to be a whole long process. It's going to be very involved. You ain't going to really have time for family and friends. I'm just going to be real with you. You're not going to have time for them. And some people are going to feel a little salty about that. Some people are going to feel a little neglected. Some people are going to feel like, come on, man, it ain't that serious. You could come on out every once in a while and you can have a beer, or you could come on out every once in a while and party, girl, all that good old stuff. Let me tell you, just go ahead and get that on out of your system right now. Just do it. Get it on out of your system right now. So that way you could dedicate the 1.5 to 2 years, however long your program that you're interested may last. You could dedicate that time thoroughly to school. You don't want to get sidetracked. You don't want to get sidetracked. I got a couple of other points to make about why you don't want to get sidetracked. My number 2 point is get out as much as you can. Go travel. Go do something, right? So this kind of connects to my point number 1. You want to go and you want to have yourself a good time. Go out of town. I don't know, plan a girl's trip, plan a boy's trip, do whatever you got to do. Go do that right now. Get it on out of your system. Have a good time. Relax. Eat all of the bad foods you want to eat and everything. And, if you want to be up all night, do all that good old stuff right now. Just get it on out of your system. I mean, I'm not going to continue to beat this drum, but that's pretty much what it is. The first 2 points is about getting this all out of your system, because when you enter into RT school, this is going to be something that's going to take a lot of focus. All right, it's not like I guess medical school or anything, but it's not too far removed from medical school, and it's pretty much on the same path as nursing school. And I'm sure that you've heard these things about how nursing school is tough. Well, RT school is just a little rough and tumble itself. All right, so now we're going to get to my number 3 point. Number 3, let's talk about math, right? I'm telling you, all the videos that I watched here on YouTube may have ran into a few that talked about math, but they didn't talk about math in depth. All right. This program is about math in every way possible, just about. I found myself in my first semester starting out with one math class. One. And before I know it, math worked its way into the other 2 classes. It's math all throughout this. I had some second-year students tell me, just kind of learn how to do it just to get through and all that kind of stuff. You're not even going to be using this in the field. And then I've even had other second-year students tell me, no, you're going to need to know all this stuff in the field. Either way, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to need to know it in order to get through school. You're going to need to know math. So let me say that if by chance you are not that good at math, or it's been a long time since you had a math class, you're going to need to go refresh yourself. Go refresh yourself. You could do some Khan Academy, do some math classes. There's specifically the things that I'm going to say is, little algebra. You're going to learn how to divide and multiply fractions, decimal points, significant figures, all this kind of stuff. You're going to need to know these things because you're going to be doing a lot of it. And, maybe not all schools are the same, but I can tell you that in my school, everything was math just about. It was baffling. And I like math, but I didn't expect that much math. It's a lot of math. I'm sorry to just, as I said earlier, beat this drum and everything, but I think I need this point to ring through. There is a lot of math in this program. So if you're not that good at math, or if it's been a long time since you did some math, if your respiratory therapy program is like mine's, where it didn't even require me to even take a math class, do yourself a favor. Go to Khan Academy, learn, refresh yourself on some math, or either take a refresher's math course at school. All right? Number 4, this is another point. Refine your studying, okay? Refine it. This isn't prereqs. Prereqs are straight to the point, okay? They're straight to the point. So in your prereqs, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 plus 4 equals 7. Blue and red makes purple. Straight to the point. You read the book, and then you do your exams, and your exams are kind of straight to the point of what you read. My experience in RT school, no. It's not 1 plus 2 equals 3. It's not that. Well, you'll eventually get to 1 plus 2 equals 3. But first, you got to figure out how you even got to 1. You got to figure out all of the elements and molecules and atoms that go into 1. And then after that, you got to figure out do you multiply or do you add 1 to 2. But before you even figure that out, you got to figure out what goes into 2. It's a lot. It's not straightforward. You're going to have to refine these studying skills, right? You're going to have to understand the concept or the concepts. in this respiratory therapy class or program, excuse me. You're going to have to understand it because they're going to hit you with some questions that you're going to be thinking about, oh, they're definitely going to hit me with these questions. I know for a fact they're going to give me these questions. No, 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 no. They're going to hit you with some stuff. They're going to hit you with some shit that's, in the back page somewhere off to the left that you didn't even think about. This is kind of what happens. This is what it's going to be about. And my understanding is that that's even the way that the TMC is kind of set up, and that's what they're trying to make sure that they prepare you for. So you're going to have to refine these studying skills. You're going to have to learn how to make concepts stick. You're going to have to learn how to set time to the side, a specific time to the side for studying. All right? Actually, that goes into my point number 5, right? Buy yourself a planner. It don't have to be any fancy planner. It ain't got to be $50, $60. If they make $50 or $60 planners, they probably do. I don't know. It don't have to be anything like that. What you need is a planner, simple planner with a calendar, right? The reason why you need this is because when they pass you out the syllabus is more than likely going to have all of your exam dates. It's going to have your exam dates, okay? And you need to know when these exam dates are. Put it in your planner. I would even go as far as setting up a reminder in my phone. So then, and I'm talking about set up a reminder where it gives you 48 hours before the exam, 24 hours before the exam, an hour before the exam, just because you want to make sure that you know the exact, as a matter of fact, set it up where it gives you a week before the exam. So this way you can even begin the process of making sure that you have studied all of the material that you're going to need to study for this exam. If you ask me, bare minimum, you're going to need at least a week. Bare minimum, you're going to need at least a week before exams. Don't play yourself. Don't try to get down to 48 hours, 24 hours. This isn't your prerequisites. This isn't that. You're not going to get down to 24 hours and pass this exam. And if you do, God bless you. But for the majority of us, you're not going to get down to 24 hours and then decide to study everything that you just learned in 2 or 3 weeks and pass an exam. You're just not. You need at least a week to prepare for the exam. At least 1 week. All right? Also, the other thing that you're going to put in this planner, that's if your program requires you to do assignments. My program doesn't have assignments. All we have is nothing but exams. But some programs have assignments. So you're going to need to have a planner so you can write down the due dates for the assignments. Again, I'll go as far as even putting it in my phone, to remind me when these assignments are due. Because you don't want to miss the assignments. You just don't. You don't want to get behind. Getting behind in this program will be the death of you. Trust me, I know. I know personally. And I'll have a video about that too. So try to stay ahead of the game. You want to stay ahead of the game. All right? So definitely buy yourself a planner. You're going to need it. Number 6, sleep. Listen, you need sleep. You're going to need sleep. You're going to need plenty of it. Again, don't play yourself. Don't think to yourself that you're going to stay up all night Netflixing and I don't know what else, Amazon priming and all this kind of stuff. Burning the midnight oil with your boo thing, getting all romantic and stuff. Oh, no. You need sleep. You don't get no sleep, you're going to be trash in class. I promise you, you will be trash in class. You're going to be stretching and yawning and dozing because a lot of the stuff that they're going to be teaching you, even though you have a passion for this particular field or wanting to take on this position, the stuff they're going to be teaching you is going to be like watching paint dry. Get your sleep. You need it. Not only that, but it's also going to help you with your test. My understanding is that good sleep helps you retain memory. It helps you to perform better. It helps you to focus better. It helps you to stay alert. Get yourself plenty of sleep. Plenty of sleep. Side note even to this thing, because since this is on a health tip, I'll even go as far as saying watch your diet as well. Eating all that trash and stuff like that. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to kind of slow you down and everything. I would suggest that you just go ahead and try to even figure out a way to implement some healthier ways of eating and everything into your day. I mean, some people can eat Cheetos and hot Funyuns and, drink Faygo pop. Well, Faygo is a Detroit thing, so that's where I'm located at, and all this kind of stuff, and they do perfectly fine. But I'm one of those people that don't respond so good to a terrible diet and no sleep. I'm just trash. I would strongly suggest you keep the edge by getting yourself plenty of sleep, taking care of that diet. All right, the next thing, when you start class, this is obvious, I guess. You probably already did it even in your prerequisite classes, but just in case. When you start class, exchange contact info with other students in class. The importance of that is that when you miss class, can't make it for whatever reason, or even if you misunderstand some things, you want somebody that you can reach out to that can help you, understand some things, somebody that you could reach out to potentially start a study group with, and somebody that can also catch you up on things just in case if you did miss a few things in class. So please, exchange some info. Maybe you're socially awkward. Maybe you don't like people like that. Whatever the case may be, well, number one, if you don't like people like that, you're in the wrong field. You probably don't even want to even be in this field, right? Because now you're going to be dealing with people's attitudes, and you're going to be like going down their throats and stuff like that, and sucking out phlegm and snot and boogers and all. So you probably shouldn't even be in this if you're not into people like that. So I would strongly suggest you to exchange info with a classmate so that way you can stay on top of things. Try to find that classmate that's the smartest. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to do this, and we don't want to be a burden on a classmate that is ahead of the game. But hey, I'd rather just throw my hat in the ring and try to get next to this particular student that's performing really well in the program, so then that way I can stay ahead than to just be like, I'm gonna leave this person alone and then end up falling behind. Which sidebar to this point, right? So even with the professors and things of that nature, listen, this is something that I had to learn the hard way as well. You find yourself not understanding something, falling behind, or anything of that nature in class, go talk to your professor. They got hours, that you could come and talk to them. Go talk to them. Go express your concern about it. All right? Don't have too much pride. Don't think that they're going to look at you like you're crazy, like, what did we let this guy in for, and all this kind of stuff. Let all that imposter shit go. Just go talk to the professor. All right? Go talk to somebody. That's what you're going to need to do. Don't get behind. Don't wait until you're about 2 weeks before the semester is about to end to decide to talk to the professor, because that's not going to help you. Just go talk to the professor when you realize that you're having a problem understanding concepts or understanding something that is being taught to you. Talk to them immediately. Ask questions in class. Listen, here's another big point, right? So the questions in class thing. I have embarrassment about asking questions myself because I don't know who's ahead and who's behind and all this kind of stuff, and I don't want to look foolish in class to make other students look at me like, my God, how did you get into this program? I don't want anybody to think that of me by asking questions that I think that I should know and that everybody else seems to know. No, listen, forget all that. Let it all go. All that pride and shit, let it go. Let it go. Ask questions. Ask the dumb questions. It's somebody dumber than you in class that, they're scared to ask the questions too. Now you're helping them. Probably don't feel like it, right? It's probably going to feel like everybody's ahead because even the dumb one just shuts up all the time and they got a silly smile on their face like they're just, going far. And you'll learn real quick everybody's not doing as well as you think that they are. All right? All right. Brings me to number 8, right? Check with your professors about the exact books that you need. Listen, so this actually goes back to my top point, which is forget all of that stuff, connect with friends, but it was the sidebar to the top point, which was, man, look, don't be trying to go out here and get all this material and trying to prepare for class. Just wait until you sit down on your first day in class and speak with the professor. If you have the opportunity of speaking with the professor before your first day in class, ask them about the material that you'll need. You're going to find yourself looking through the syllabus or looking through whatever it is that they give to you prior to class and thinking to yourself that you need all of these books, even the suggested ones, and you're going to spend all this ridiculous money if you got it, and you're going to be all stressed out if you don't got the money about the books that you need and everything, and then in some cases you'll find yourself not even needing the book at all. The professor done went through the books and he done created Excel, is that what they call? I don't know, because I'm a Mac guy. So, yeah, I believe that's what they call the little slides. He creates a whole slideshow out of the material from the books. So much so to the point where you don't even need to refer to the book. You can kind of refer to the book to try to further understand the things that you're learning. But more than likely, whatever it is that they are teaching you, based on the slides and everything, that's all you're really going to need to know for the class. Understand those concepts right there. All right, so don't go wasting a bunch of money on a bunch of material and stuff like. I'm telling you, I went out, I bought stethoscopes, I bought scrubs, I bought everything, all these books. Man, I spent hundreds of dollars. Hundreds. And didn't even need it the first semester. As a matter of fact, didn't even need it for the second semester. The scrubs and the stethoscope won't even be used until the third semester. Why did I buy all that stuff? Well, I guess it's nice to have it all before it even gets started so I'm not stressing about, what it is that I need and so on and so forth for class. But still, just relax. Ask your professor about the things that you'll need. And I'm sure they'll fill you in on that stuff. Number 9, failing exams, right? A majority of your class is going to fail one exam at least one exam. A majority of the class is going to fail at least one exam. They all may not fail the exact same exam, but they're going to fail one of those exams. So we're not going to spin out and start going into the imposter syndrome space of why did I sign up? Why do I belong? I don't even think that I belong here. Oh my God, everybody else is doing so much better than me. Oh, look, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. Oh my God, and starting to think about, ways to push the eject button to get out of the program, all that good old stuff. Man, forget all that. Everybody's going to fail an exam. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people in your class are going to fail an exam. And it's okay. It's okay. We don't want to fail every exam. We don't want to fail half the exams. But an exam or two, you know, it's okay. You still have room to get yourself back together. And as a matter of fact, take that as an opportunity to go talk to the professor to better understand the subject matter that you was having a problem with on the exam. Take that as an opportunity to create, uh, an extra slot of studying time for it. Get with another student that understands it better so they can help you with it and everything. And the reason why I say this is because chances are your exams are going to be accumulative. Here's the reason why your exams are going to be accumulative. It's because they want you to remember this stuff when you go sit down for the TMC. They want you to remember this. So they're going to keep on drilling, and they're going to keep on going back to those points that they made way earlier on in the program. All right? So we need to understand these things so then that way we can perform better on the later tests. But don't stress about it. It's okay. You fail the exam, go ahead, go home. I don't know, eat yourself some bad food or something. Take yourself some naps. Cuddle up with your boo. Do whatever it is that you need to do in order to make yourself feel better. And then once you get done doing all that stuff, relax, relate, release. It's time to get back in the ring and restart again. All right? All right. Brings me to my final point, which is work-life, school-life balance, right? I made a terrible mistake when I got into the program. I just came into this program working a full-time job, which pulled on me sometimes 50 hours a week. And it's a physical job. It's not one where I'm sitting down at a computer typing or in doing clerical work. No, this is a physically exerting job that I was doing. And I just wanted to have money in my pocket. There was a reason why I was capable of spending hundreds of dollars on all of this stuff. It was because I had this job and I had enough money to do so. But the real truth of the matter is that if at all possible, if you can get a part-time job, or if at all possible, you can just not even work at all, those are the better options. Those are the better options. Now, it is very possible that you can work and go to school at the exact same time. It's very possible for that. Well, not at the exact same time, but you get what I'm saying. You can be employed while going to school, is what I'm trying to say, right? So you can definitely do these things, but then that means that you're going to have to be dedicated to studying. You're going to have specific slots in your day dedicated to study. You're going to have to be consistent with that study. You can't be slacking and all that kind of stuff. You can't be like, I think I know this good enough or well enough. I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to relax. I'm going to call up my boo, And no. You can't do that. This ain't the weekend that you can go hang with your friends. No. You're going to have to be dedicated to studying. Man, I messed up. I'm telling you, I just messed up when it comes to that. I allow work to take over my world, and I allowed, feeling guilty about not being able to hang out with family and friends and things of that nature. And then whenever I would drop the ball somewhere in the program, then I turned to ways to make myself feel better, to boost my good feelings. So, I turned to food, I turned to a little alcohol, I turned to, sex, I turned to whatever it is that I needed to turn to in order to try to make myself feel better and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that the thing that's going to ultimately make you feel the very best is when you make yourself number one and you take care of your business. What's that saying? Take care of your business and your business takes care of you. That's a real saying there. Take care of it. Be consistent. Be consistent. Don't let it don't get sidetracked. All right? Be as consistent as you possibly can. Little extra tip, right? So in my class there were students that apparently didn't get the memo that we're no longer competing. You're in the program now. You're not competing anymore. You're not competing anymore. Once you get in the program, there's no need for any competition. All right? Not only that, but you also want to be mindful of the classmates that you do get close to. You got some classmates that are worry warts. You got some classmates that want to shoot the shit about everything except for class. You got classmates that aren't as focused. You got all of these various type of classmates. You even got the classmates that are, well, going back to the worry warts, right? They're so stressed out, they're so tense, and they're just so all over the place to the point where it starts making you tense and anxious and everything. Avoid those people like the plague. Avoid them. You may even be that very person. I'm going to tell you, find some time in your day to do some yoga, meditate, relax, so you're not that person. It's just no need to be that anxious. As long as you're studying and being consistent in your studying and you've refined your studying, you're going to be all right. Even with the whole studying part, I would even suggest that you go look on YouTube about tips on studying. Maybe the way that you study has to change. But back to the competition, listen, you're not competing anymore. You're not. Unless you're trying to get into, I don't know, some program to become a physician. And even then, you're still not competing. But, unless you're trying to get into a physician assistant program or you're trying to get into some advanced practitioner program, my understanding is that when you go out to get a job, they're not going to be like, what was your grades in this particular program? They're not. They're going to say, are you a registered respiratory therapist? They'll probably have a question about the degree that you have. And that's about it. Anyway, I done rambled on long enough. This was my 10 things I wish I knew before starting RT school. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I have plenty more videos coming. I'm going to try to be consistent, and I'm going to try to come to you guys with a multitude of videos about the respiratory therapy field. Thank you again. I appreciate you. Peace.